you see a happy, healthy, adventurous, curious boy who is only living his best life. But to me, he is very special. He has a unique way of looking at the world, of learning, of thinking about things, and of problem solving.
You see a brash, big, bold, an active and social person when you talk to me, but I am very shy, afraid of social interaction, suffer from ADD, and a very, very private person.
You see a young woman, and I am neurodivergent.
My name is Heli, and I have autism spectrum disorder. Ever since I was a very small girl, I have known there is something wrong with me. And since 2013, autism, as it's known today as a spectrum, has been talked about a lot more and has really given me the realization that I'm not plain mad. I actually have this disorder.
My name is Laura Jennings, and I am the mum of a 9-year-old son who has been diagnosed with dyslexia. It was first flagged to me at Parents' Evening that they thought Oscar was showcasing traits similar to a dyslexic profile. And being entirely honest, that was terrifying. I knew nothing about dyslexia. I instantly was scared about his future. I was worried about limitations that would be put on him and that he wouldn't perhaps get the opportunity to live life to the full, as obviously we all hope as parents. But actually that's absolutely not the case. Oscar absolutely loves being at school. He loves being with his friends. He loves learning. He's a sponge. He is fabulous with Lego. He can build flat pack furniture with me without even needing to look at the instructions. He can see patterns. He can see problems and how to solve them that I just can't. He can beat me at double with his eyes closed. His challenges come when it comes to articulating through the written word what he has learned and what he knows. He struggles with writing. He struggles with letter formation, with holding the pencil correctly. Oscar has a personal tutor now that he does for 1 hour every week, and that's really helping build up those core skills that perhaps were overlooked when we didn't necessarily understand his learning profile.
My name is Clio, and I am a neurodivergent woman. I have been diagnosed with dyslexia and dysorthographia when I was 14 years old. It was my Greek teacher who actually told my mom, maybe there's something off with this girl. When I was 25-ish, I would actually had quite some difficulties in my daily work in terms of managing my energy. It was hard for me to do administrative, cleaning, basic standard things like keep your home cleaned, tidy, etc. That for me was a nightmare. So this brought me to call the logopedia. At that moment, I was 28. And I was wishing that a lovely magic wand would actually help me. And so the first time I took my pills, I was like, poof, mind open, a bit like all the little wheels of a clock would work once together again. Finally, my mind was free. It was amazing.
Autism spectrum disorder means that I basically play a game of being a social person. It is called masking, and that's my number one coping mechanism to use so I can get through every single day. I have been doing it for so long. I have been forced to mask my true identity. The other coping mechanisms I use are my stimming behavior. I sway like this. There is also a stimming with my nails. I do this a lot. And my biggest ADD traits are, it's really hard for me to concentrate on one thing. I need the stimuli to my brain all the time. And I get it by gaming or switching between tasks. Within 10 minutes, I can do 7 different things. That actually makes me super good at my job. I'm always able to have multiple conversations at once. I can project manage massive projects with ease because I just have this brain that functions in a way that can handle and needs multiple things happening at once. I work as a business development director for the Central and Eastern European countries. And it means I have at least 100 stakeholders at any given day. And I'm not organized by nature. I'm not really good with numbers, but this work has really gotten me to be focused by that. And with this disorder, I take extra good care. I double check, I triple check because I'm so afraid I will stipple and my weird brain will not allow me to do it. So it's a blessing in disguise.
It's my life. It's who I am.
I've had to learn to adapt to help Oscar with his learning. He will not sit down to do reading. He will not sit at the table to do his spellings. We have to get creative. When he was younger, we used to get the foam letter tiles in the bath and do the spellings on the side of the bath. Now we do them with Scrabble tiles. I put them all in a pile with some extra letters and he has to work out the way to spell that word. I've now learned that that's his learning style, and actually to get the best out of him, I just need to embrace it and to get creative. Dentsu have been incredibly supportive to me. They've given me the time, the space, and the support to be there for Oscar when he needs me and to invest my time in understanding his dyslexia and understanding how I can continue to advocate for him. I'm always happy to tell my story. I am absolutely not an expert, but what I am an expert in is in our world, is in our life, is in the journey that we've been on. And I feel incredibly passionate to be able to talk to you all throughout this fabulous campaign to just encourage you to talk, encourage you to meet people in similar situations, to not be afraid of what labels and diagnosis assessments might entail, but to believe that as parents, we can only ever do the best for our children. And the fact that we care and the fact that we love them will always be enough.
I was somebody that was drawing a lot, being in this mind that I had to express something. And so the medication did something a bit complicated to me, which is for 3-5 years, I couldn't draw anymore. The reason why I couldn't draw is because I had to understand that what came magically to me when I was sketching before would not come anymore. It would be much more intellectual as a process. And to be fair, I like it better. Because since I am now drawing back with medication, the process and my sketch did improve a lot. Neurodivergency for women is very hard to catch because generally they actually are masking their traits a lot. Basically, until very recently, for a lot of people, ADHD would be only if you had hyperactivity, which is something that is much more visible in men than women. Don't you see that I am hyperactive as well? Doesn't sound like it, right? The reason why is because it's all in my head, and often for women, the traits would only come mentally and less physically. It's important to believe in you, believe in what you think is wrong with you, and knock the doors, ask questions, and find the replies. It's gonna be a long journey, but you can make it. I love now my job. I'm very happy in what I'm doing, because finally, all my neurodivergent traits are the one that actually make me great at it. It's also the one that make me having sometimes tough time, but it's life, and this is true for everyone.
I wish people would eradicate the term neurotypical. Who's typical? Who's normal?
I wish people would understand that in a world where there are very social people, there are people who are suffering from anxiety when meeting people.
I wish that people respect themselves a lot, much more than what they do now.
This is me, the true me.
This is me, the true me.
That's me, that's my true self.